I guess my goals for this London Marathon are slightly different. Last year I went all out for a PB. This year it hasn't been a traditional training block. I'm seeing this as this has been 4 or 5 hard years of work in the making. I'm in the most privileged position. I can run London Marathon in the championship start line and back that I'm going to run a time that I would have dreamt of when I was younger, even though I haven't really done a considered training block. I'm definitely still fit. I've been doing loads of triathlon training, but it's been less solely run focused. I had all my eggs in the Tokyo basket for this year, and London Marathon is more of a celebration of, I know it's cheesy, but everything I've achieved in the past few years. This will be my 4th time racing the race. I did London Marathon as my first ever marathon in the masses. I then did it Good for Age Pen, which was kind of my breakthrough marathon. I then did it in the elites, and then last year I did it in the championship pen. So I've kind of seen every side of that race, whether it's the people towards the back end, people towards the front end, and this time I'm going to be running it with friends, really being able to take in the atmosphere, the support, all the opportunities that this sport has given me, and yeah, kind of just celebrate it and really love every moment of those 42.2 kilometres. Good morning, we are back in the mecca of running, Battersea Park. I'm back on 2 legs rather than 2 wheels because we're 2 weeks out from London Marathon and I have a little run session to do, tempo-ish, 5 by a K over under. Over under what? I'm not quite sure because I don't know what my marathon pace is. But yeah, I'm really excited for London. Oh, and then we're going to fill you in and chat you through all the lowdown on London Marathon because this will be the 4th time I have ran the iconic race. Let's get warmed up. Right, we'll see how this goes. I did a 20-hour training week last week and I did a 3-hour bike ride yesterday and 3.5K swim. Try training, wouldn't recommend. So yeah, I'm learning the new sensations of running on very tired legs. I guess we're going to try and run about 3:45 per K pace for the overs. But we'll see how that goes. 30 metres. All right, here we go. I'm still understandably pretty scared to be on that start line. It is a huge thing to undertake. What's the stat? Like 1% of the world have ever ran a marathon. But it's important to remember, you are there on that start line with tens of thousands of other people and they're all going through the same motions. And you're not against those people. You're all going to be working together to get the best out of yourself on the day. It's normal to be nervous. It's a good thing. You're nervous because a small part of you believes that something is possible, that you could achieve something amazing. Because if you didn't believe that, you wouldn't care. And those butterflies, that nervous energy, it's almost an applaud. Your body is applauding you for what you might be about to achieve. And yeah, it's good to care. It's just transforming that negative energy or that nervous energy into positive energy, because in the race any energy that is negative is a total waste of energy, and you need to absorb as much positive energy and take it all in from the crowds and remember your why, and that is what will really carry you through. You've done all the training, there's nothing else you can do. You've got a back that you've put in all that hard work, and yeah, one session might have not gone well, but one session doesn't make or break a marathon block. It's the accumulative training that you've put put in over the last few months. And then the last thing you've got to do is execute the race on the day, and the crowds and everybody around you will really help carry you through those final miles. And I think that is what makes London Marathon so truly special. It is this cocktail of culture, of vibrancy, of community, of so many people from so many different walks of life and so many people with different reasons for running, but they're all on the same start line, running the same race, whether you're going for a world record, whether you're running for a bigger, more important reason than, running a marathon, or because you want to prove something to yourself. And whatever your reason is, it's such an incredible thing to undertake, and everybody there is supporting you and believing in you, even if they've never met you before. And I think that's why it's so special. I think everybody just comes together as one on marathon day. A normal city in London where people don't make eye contact, people hardly smile, and then suddenly the whole capital city transforms on marathon day, and it's so truly special.
This is the Lululemon London kit. This is a Swift Speed top. It fits your gels and your phone in your back pocket. And the Fast and Free shorts. My fave. Good colour as well. I think I'm liking running again. No, it's like there's no pressure again on the paces. Like the goalposts have shifted a bit. So running fast is such a bonus because I'm balancing 3 sports. Like running, you want to feel perfect, rested, well fueled to execute like the perfect session, whereas triathlon training is doing what you can with like a bad set of cards almost, because it's all to effort. And yeah, it's hard and I'm learning, but this is fun. Like running hard with tired legs. Yeah, it's quite fun actually.
The 4 times I've ran this race have felt entirely different. It blows my mind that the people at the front of the race, the elites, have no idea what it's like in the masses, and the masses have no idea what it's like at the front. But I guess I've been lucky and fortunate enough to be able to experience both sides. But the thing that unites us all is we're all running on exactly the same roads through London. And I can talk about that a bit because it is a really special course. We all start in Greenwich. I think there are 3 different start lines, and we merge at about 5k. It's really important to remember that the first 5k are slightly downhill. You want the first 5-10 kilometers of the race to feel almost free, like they shouldn't be straining that beginning bit. If you go off a little bit too fast because of the slightly downhill elevation, consciously pull back a little bit. I always say get bored before you get tired. You'll go through Cutty Sark, and that is one of the main first crazy bits of the course. The support there always blows my mind. It's the first time where it really hits me of the magnitude of this race and how many people are there, and yeah, the city really coming alive. But it gets quiet again shortly after that as you go through like Bermondsey and the quieter southeast parts of London. But you've just got to keep counting down the kilometres until you get to Tower Bridge. And that is where it just goes mental. There is actually nothing like the wall of sound that hits you. And I remember like screaming, throwing my hands up in the air, like, because it just felt like I felt so alive running over that. And I was running this was 2022 with my old coach, and he was like, Anya, calm down, stop wasting your energy. And I'm like, I physically can't. Like, I felt this it's like electric pulse like going through me. I just had to give back to the crowd, and that was a really incredible moment. But yeah, try to hold your cool over there. Try to feel good at that point, because even though it's halfway through the race, everybody says the halfway point of a marathon isn't until at least 32 kilometers, which is so true. You want to feel good over that point, because then you go right into Canary Wharf, the Isles of Dogs, Shadwell, that area. And honestly, if people say they cried the entire time of London Marathon because it's so emotional, no one has ever cried going through Wapping. Like, it really isn't the best part of the marathon. It's just a bit quieter, but in the best way. That is also a good time to regain your thoughts and keep present and try to relax yourself a little bit. As I said, there are always going to be points where you feel great, where you don't feel so great. And the important bit is how you overcome those, and just know you will come out the other side. And in a few kilometers time, you might feel great again. Take on another gel, do all the things, relax yourself, remember your why, and it will be, great. So be aware between the 20 and 30k mark where it gets a little bit quieter, but obviously still brilliant. And then before you know it, you'll hit the embankment. And you can see Big Ben right in the far distance, and you know that's near the end, but it still feels like such a long way to go. Also, I am from London. At that point of any marathon, when you're about 32k, you think you're on the home straight. And I always just look to my side and I see the O2 Arena, and I remember how far away the O2 Arena is from the Mall. So you've always got to have something left in the tank. But if you feel great at that point, you are on for an absolute blinder of a day. The embankment, the support is crazy. You've got one straight line. It's just one foot in front of another at that point. It's not letting any negative thoughts get to your head. It's believing in yourself, what's possible. Just breaking it down into the most manageable sections ever. Every 400 meters, every lamppost, just keep going, don't give up. And then you get to Big Ben and you take a right and you're met with the Mall, and it honestly is the most incredible feeling in the world. Your body will be broken, your mind will be numb, you'll feel so empty, yet the most fulfilled you'll ever be. It's such an amazing paradox of emptying yourself so wholeheartedly, but feeling the most fulfilled you ever have. And that is the best way to describe a marathon, because nothing else in life gives me that feeling, and that's what really fulfills me. And I can't wait to cross that finish line and just feel that immense pride, because I think no matter the time you're running, you still get that feeling every single time, and it blows my mind just how special that race is. Every time I get to cross the finish line, I can't believe I get to do it all over again this year.
Right, we're going into the last wrap. I'm just gonna envisage me running down the Mall, that last K from Big Ben. Full send. Finish strong. I guarantee I'll be crawling. Right, last K. Finished on a 3:35. I like running again. I'm a runner! No, it's fun doing the variety of them all. It's very cool to be able to do them all. Not very well. I'm happy with that. Finishing at 3:35k. It actually went better than I thought. It felt kind of in control. Do I want to look at my heart rate? Feeling more ready for London Marathon. I think it's going to be a bit of a roll of the dice. Don't know what my running shape is in. But it is nice to be back down at Battersea Park. A lot of familiar faces. I forget how busy Battersea Park is all the time, but especially the weeks leading up to London Marathon. And then the weekend after London Marathon, it's dead. It's like a ghost town.
It's really important to be brave and go for really lofty goals at races like this, because it might be just your day. And that was definitely the situation with me last year, even though it was a very hot race. But I think it's also important to have goals that aren't completely orientated by time, because your worth isn't an arbitrary number that is on the clock when you cross the finish line. And especially if it is warm, it's been quite warm in London the last few weeks. I know people have got a little bit nervous about that. I think sometimes you've got to learn to listen to your body, not just the number on your watch. So say you get to halfway and it is pretty toasty and it feels maybe harder than it should, that's totally okay to pull back the pace a little bit, and you might just have to readjust your goals. But it's important just to do the best with the cards that you're dealt on the day, and that's how you can feel most proud of yourself at the finish line. Don't worry too much about the time. Obviously run the race of your life, go out there, give it your absolute all, but that looks different in every single race. And I guess that's the beauty of the marathon, that it's not easy. There are so many things that go into the perfect race, and yeah, you've just got to make the most of the cards that you've been dealt on the day. I'm so excited to be on the start line and run my race with so many other people. It'll be so great to meet so many of you guys who are watching at home and see how your races pan out. You are going to be amazing. We are going to have one of the best races ever. Believe in yourself, trust in all your training. You've so got this. And that's a wrap. I'll see you on the other side. I'll see you at the finish line of London Marathon. Good luck, everybody. Thank you for your support.